Your house is full of penguins.
I know. There you go. Yes. Did you pass us all?
Shuffle ball step, shuffle ball run.
Bye-bye, birdie.
I am so freaking bored, nothing to do today. I guess I'll sit around and medicate. I am so freaking bored, nothing to do today. I guess I'll sit around and medicate.
What's up, thrill seekers? What are we looking at today? Poco, thanks for asking. We're gonna look at Hyper Beam. I got a package in from NIHAP, and I walked out of the room and I came back and Christine had shit everywhere, and I'm like, what are you doing? It said Shackley on it. I said, well, his wife works for Shackley, so there might be some extra boxes laying around. Well, I thought there might be some nutritional stuff. Well, there was, but one thing that we can share, and another that is for my swimsuit area. So there was several. No, okay, I'm glad we've taken it to this level now. So now we started off with the mystery flasks, and now we have mystery beers. Half time, I can't seem to find a brewery. I find a liquor store in your neck of the woods that does online shipping, and if you read any of their internet ratings, you'd never order anything from them and expect to get it. I mean, I have never seen this many lousy reviews, so I don't know if it's the same place or not, but I got, was it number 7, number 14, and number 20? And that's all I can tell you. But they're big cans, and I really love big cans. And then there was, and I do appreciate that on the smaller cans, there's usually always 2 of. And there's 2 of these, and this is a double IPA with guava puree and passion fruit natural flavor, and it weighs in at a decent 8%. The one that seemed kind of interesting that was in there was one with smoked savory bacon. So, I mean, I was fully up to try one of the halftime ones, but seeing how I am like a day away now from Jeremy being here, and he every now and then partakes in alcohol. Actually, if he's watching this right now, my guess is there's a drink in this hand. So let's get into this. And IHOP, thank you for the alcohol drop. I stopped today, and I don't remember if the camera was running or not. I don't think it was. Miles thought that yesterday's beer would be enjoyed by Jeremy, so he asked me to stop. And there was 1 4-pack of it left. I grabbed that, and I grabbed a Imperial Sour from them. So I will get my opportunity to try a sour that bumps up to 8%. And of course, even though I probably should not have, but with everybody coming up, this year's release of that one from wow. Yeah, I'm drawing a complete blank now. Barrel aged. You know that one that comes out once a year and it's 12.5%. And Joey crashes on my stairs after having too many of them. This smells much more like work beer. Ooh, it smells awesome. Unlike Miles' farts. Cheers. Now, if someone says, I don't like a fruity beer, I'm getting really tired of tropical fruitiness, but when you take something and point it in this direction, this is good. But I have not had very many things from 6 Point that I did not like. I screwed up. I could have put it in the appropriate glass. I was actually originally thinking about doing one of the bigger beers, and then I decided, nah, no. Because I am, eventually we're just going to review milk and water and talk about boobies. Because, I don't know, just getting ready to hang up the old shot glass. Oh, and here's a funny story. Let me move this can out of the way for a second, and then move this 30 cal brake out of the way. This is from Strike Industries, and then let me move this container of KPL pivot oil and grab this. I think that's why I left it down here. Got this from Steve at Frontline, who deep end, I don't know. Swimming, anyone? Well, I'm pretty sure it has stuff in it. That's the problem with a lot of these. You can't trust shit unless it says Zippo on the side of it. So yeah, there was a lighter that worked sitting right here yesterday, and now I will not take, and I think I ran it, I don't know who said it, Poco probably, or Smile Money, whoever takes the most jabs at me, probably Poco. Well, Smile Money would, but in this case I think it was Poco's comment. I can guarantee you that if I went into that backpack, there's at least 7,000 ways of starting a fire. I know my bug out first aid kit sitting right here has an entire array along with those big huge matches that Tardisia sent me from Zippo. There is fire starting shit everywhere. Probably, well, that's kind of funny. As I reach right over here, I have, there isn't actually. I usually put, see, I don't know why BattleBox stopped doing this. This was frickin' awesome. It isn't that there isn't fire starting stuff down here. It's that at that moment in time, we needed to be done with the brew review. I didn't need to start digging through all of my survival shit to find a match. And I took care of it on my own. Miles, if you're watching this, I would prefer to do get a hold of some heat shrink and do something like that. I just did the stereotypical. I started it on fire, heated it up, and then melded it. See, I don't quite trust this. The knot obviously is right at the end, and if that little whatchamajiggy breaks, that means it's just going to come apart, and a rather expensive, now I'll call it a neck knife, is going to possibly fall, and hopefully because it's large, it'll make some noise, and it won't happen at like middle of Sunday Mass or something like that. Yeah, that probably won't happen since I don't go to Sunday Mass. I start to get warm and jittery when I walk through the door, so I stop going. Okay. I definitely want to pick up some. Period. Thank you. Yep. We got a local doc. I think he worked for Essentia. I won't get into any information because I don't want to, get the wrong person in trouble or whatever. But long story short, he called bullshit to the DNA changing experiment played on the world, and said that he wanted to be able to treat COVID his own way. And they said, no, we will. You have to abide by our wishes. And he said, eat my penis, and left and started his own practice. So ivermectin, I guess it's I have somebody doing the process as we speak. It sounds like it's a because I said in my case, well, actually in the case of the person, if it works for the person that's trying it right now, it would work for me, because he supposedly believes in the preventive maintenance part of it. In other words, I don't need to walk in and say, I have COVID. And he'd be going, oh, I got this thing for you. Hopefully it's going to be, I want something in my arsenal just in case me or someone in my family gets it. I'll hook you up. And all those, I'm sorry. It's actually insulting to people with mental illness, because liberals are definitely. So I'll just skip what I was about to say. I think the ultimate insult for stupidity is to call someone a liberal, because you got these people out there going, well, Joe Rogan was taking horse dewormer. Let me catch you up, liberal. It was a Nobel Peace winning medication for was it malaria? And like most drugs, they found that it did other things. And I personally know somebody that I guess if I had to, I could just raid her house. Has it on hand because she just keeps it literally for the other part, the dewormer part, for some of her animals, even though it wasn't prescribed for that and didn't come from a vet. But like Christine always says, follow the money. Why are they so against it? Because it's not an expensive drug and there's no money to be made from it. So all you have to do is mention it. Kind of like last time. I'll probably end up getting a strike because the algorithms will look for that word. Should just change it to something else, like the COVID miracle drug. So yeah, I'm gonna try to put some in my arsenal. I'll probably have to take the Desert Eagle out of the safe so that I can put it in there, because it'd be worth more. I mean, it's worth more to those people that actually have a brain and realize what it is. It's like, oh, he's taking horse dewormer. I love his response. I can afford. Okay. Let's see. We got a whole bunch of people that flat out either I got done too soon or you missed the club. DFC, here's to the sunny slopes so long ago. Cheers, my brother. Smile. You know, we should get together more than once in a lifetime, DFC. Because considering you only live a few hours from me. Smile Money. Brew review is on. Cheers. Smile Money added another chance to the AR-10 pot. One day the stars will align, although I did win David's book, and I have it in hand. Thank you. And just for the record, so we can just clear it up right now, because, you know, the one and I know you're listening, you know who you are. The one thing more infuriating than anything is the bullshit to propagandize. And I won't, but yeah, I'm just letting you know right now. You know, I have just like we had. He's going to be listed in the drawing for the bug out bag as Santa. And it was simply stated that if Santa gets drawn, it's a pay it forward, so we will redraw. And John has a name in the hat because we both threw money in one night while we were doing Locked and Loaded. And I think John bought a couple, I bought a couple. So if my name gets pulled, I am just requesting that another name gets pulled. You know, I'm not gonna say pay it forward and say a name, because then that's just the same as me somehow figuring out. What I thought was a real joke is one of the times we used something like that Wheel of Fortune. It might even been that one. And I got this long dissertation about how those can be faked or adjusted, or somehow you can, maybe if you're computer savvy, like say Poco Loco, Poco, is there a way that you can somehow get into the hierarchy of a web page for one of those things and somehow change it so that... See, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I consider myself decent on computer. I do more and more, like install hardware, install software, I'll go into the registry and change some shit if after doing some research and figuring out this is what the computer's doing. They say if you go into this line, which, if you've ever been into the hierarchy of the operating system, you can literally change a 0 to a 1 and make it so that your computer doesn't work. So, you really do have to be careful on what you're doing. But yeah, so Christine, John got the list over to Christine. Christine got put everybody's. I don't know if everybody's got a number or if everyone's name, but because I didn't even look at them. She got that roll of movie tickets, and so everybody has got one of those. And I don't know if it's when it's gonna happen. If we're gonna do this tomorrow or whenever, but we need to get that knocked out and out of the way. And like I said, I have mine. I know my name is in there a couple times, and if mine is drawn, then it's just going to be draw again. Because like I said, if I were to actually pick someone that I thought was deserving, okay, fine, piss everyone off right now. On the big bug out bag, and it probably wouldn't work this way anyway, but if I was to actually put a name on there, I'd put Salty Shellback on there, because he took a $400 crate club and donated it back as the second drawing. And I believe that there should be good karma along with bad karma, and Salty has always been great for me. I mean, like, look at this summer. Salty, in case you hear me say this, he had a truckload of garbage to get rid of, and he gave it all to me. Actually, Salty, Miles took some stuff. I don't think anybody else took anything. And Christine wanted every single component to deal with canning. There was like a big brand new canning pot, and there's canning jar after canning jar after canning jar, and of course he gave me 2 chainsaws. I have not used either one of them, but one's electric, and that works, and the other one is gas, and I believe it started on the second pull. And I topped off the chain oil on it, so I've got it somewhere. I think it's up on the shelf now in the garage because me and Miles and Matt did everything we could to clear everything off the floor to make room for Miles' entire motorcycle collection. Not just kidding. Shit. Miles, throughout the winter, I'm honored to be able to help find a home for a couple of your bikes. And we've already talked about this. The only thing I ask is that, obviously, if we get an opportunity where the weather isn't too bad, he's got a couple of heaters that we can put out there, and I have to figure out exactly how to take that whole plumbing apart for the system so that I can change out those all these O-rings, McLean, all these O-rings that I got from my bestest buddy, Sean Morley. And his package arrived today. He texted me to tell me thanks, and I sent him out that through night flashlight, weapon mount one, and sent him a knife that I have now purchased. If I replace it, it'll be the fourth time that I've replaced it. And no, it's not that kick-ass brass one that Stephen Bush recommended. It was one that Wade recommended. They're D2 steel knives. You can get them on Amazon. We're talking like a 20. I've had several of them, but I always give them away because what I like about them is if you're somewhere and you absolutely positively need to bust something off and you just saved the day, but you might have broke the knife, who cares? Because it was a $23 blade. They're D2, they hold an edge good, they sharpen good, and I threw one of those in there to say thanks because, after all, this was a guy who, in the first conversation upon meeting him, knows nothing about me, and says, yeah, I'll ship that stuff out there. Actually, I was like, well, how much is this going to cost? And he gives me the prices, and it was like, I don't know, $19 for 5 or 6 O-rings. And he's just like, I'll just get the stuff on its way to you. Certainly wish he lived closer. I want to say that he's Rich. I think he might be somewhere in your neck of the woods. Not 100% sure. But I just want everything to be right with Vivian. Okay, so we're not even up. Oh, here we are. Oh, no. Jeff's Homestead. A snowblower not made to start in the cold. That's funny. Good thing Duluth has that global warming thing going on. Don't you know? Oh, and Jeff, yeah, speaking of losers, we still have to get a package out to you. And here's the non-funny thing. I have no idea what brew review we were doing when Miles blurted out we should send Jeff some beer. And somebody else that day. No idea what brew review that is. And I have no idea who the somebody else was. But I know Jeff because I believe I did not delete your email, so I have your information. But yes, we have to get a care package out to you. The only good news I have to declare is usually when it takes this long, I feel guilty and I throw more shit in there than we originally planned on. So I'm going to send you Miles. That brings us to the first comment on the Straw Hubarb Puff Tart / Warrior Battalion. I had to move it. It was over there. And I'm sorry, but Tardisius made this for my birthday, and I didn't want it covering that, and I want it out. I honestly, I had no words. I literally had no words. I'm actually kind of glad that Miles grabbed it and made it into an official presentation, because then I didn't lose it, because something like that means everything to me. And the fact that what our group, and that's every single one of you, have probably contributed in one way or another, shared a video, told somebody else about it. I mean, like for instance right now, yes, I realize it's the odds are better. The odds are better that you could win this than winning Powerball. Yet I still, well, it's Christine, it's not me. When I point out to Christine how much money gets spent per year on Powerball tickets in this house, she asked me if we'd like to go downstairs and look in the gun room. Point taken. But we raise $5,000. So that means your chances are roughly 1 in 500. First in was Harmarsh saying, "Hey, Harmarsh, I hope everything goes good on your upcoming surgery and they figure this shit all out for you. J-Dog, here at work. DFC, podium. Smile Money says top 5 being 4th. He could have been 5th, because around here, if you happen to say the wrong words, like Trump won, ivermectin, Biden's a piece of shit, Camel-Toe Harris is, oh my God. Talk about a political debate. Biden is literally destroying the United States of America. He is a frickin' joke. He hasn't done a goddamn thing in 47 years. He's the laughingstock of the Democratic Party. Hell, the other day, he said, "Let's go, Brandon." His wife's like, and yet, if something happens to him, the person that takes over has even a lower approval rating than him. I tell you, again, I'm waiting. I am so waiting. All you liberal, because that is the new lower standard for any other word that you might want to put there. All you liberals, all you proud people that just couldn't handle the mean tweeter. Well, even though he spent his entire presidency defending himself against lies, he still had the best economy in decades. He had the lowest unemployment number in decades. He had the lowest unemployment record for blacks in history. The economy was going in the right direction, because, you know what? Even though liberals are brain dead, you still like to keep most of your money, don't you? You know, you like it when you pull into the gas station and you have a big gas tank on your pickup truck, and it takes $37 to fill it, and you feel like that's terrible. And now it takes $80 to fill it. So I don't quite understand the liberal mentality to what was so bad with Donald Trump. Oh, Orange Man's so bad. I mean, right now, Biden, seriously, I would say he can't take a shit without screwing it up, but he's shitting at the Vatican, and it turns out it sounds like he shits a lot in his pants. Probably doesn't even know it's even happening. So, we have the biggest fail. I mean, I mean, do we, as far as I'm concerned, he should be put to death for Afghanistan alone. There is still Americans over there. How many Americans have died because of his catastrophic screw-up? Again, I'm just giving my own personal feelings and commentary. Last time I did that, I got a strike from Hitler. Oh, I mean YouTube. Rich Huff stepping up again, saying cheers all. Then he says number 5. Rich. Yeah, Rich. Hopefully we can get a couple of those items for that knocked out, where you once again won't be sending something. But again, I got a call from Rich, and he's like, if you want to upgrade that and that and whatever, he goes, you just let me know. And I'm like, this wasn't supposed to be a one-man band, Rich, but I understand. He, I won't get into it, but let's just say that sometimes things strike close to the heart. For me, it was Justin. And when me and Justin were friends long before we had the opportunity to, get together and hang out, but that just kind of solidifies things. And when you get, when you actually spend time with somebody and realize that they're, a like-minded thinker, and yet you still have some people that are like going, yeah. I don't know. I've made this comment before, and to me, some people are just losers, and some people are just stand-up guys. The Colonel, you all know him as Cutlery Lover. Justin, in case you're new, I just think you should know about some people's character. Cutlery Lover, Jeff is just a fantastic guy. When you deal with some of the bigger channels, and it's real typical for them to just like cue the crickets. Still to this moment in time, that turd whacker piece of shit, Hick Dick 45. I mean, first of all, he can eat the anus out of a rabid beaver for all I give a shit. I didn't like him before some of the stuff I've heard about him. Several people, including me, on multiple occasions, have simply asked him, and a bunch of you, because I know, because you sent me copies of the email that you sent, along with the, wait for it, 0 response. So I simply said who I was, gave them all the information for the, we'll just say, Warrior Battalion, but it was under a different name back then. Same person, Troy Yoakum, was steering that ship. I simply sent him all the information for what we did, stopping veteran suicide, the whole retreat thing, everything, all the links, all the information to all of it. And yes, Smile Money, I sent it with and without links, just in case it went to spam or something. And simply, I didn't want a shout out to the Ebomi channel. I could have given a shit about that. I wanted a shout out to the Justin's Final Mission, the links to that. And again, nothing. I've had help. I've had help from Such, and I've had help from of course Pete, but that's a given because Pete's Pete. He's always bent over backwards to help other YouTube channels, and he would if he had a zillion subs, because that's just the way Pete is, all heart. some fart, and awesome holsters. That's just a little plug there at the end. So, of all the contacts I have made over the years, and drawing a blank now. I think he's still doing videos. The Yankee Marshal. Just, we're giving credit where credit is due. I love transparency. So I'm being transparent right now. So is she. Yankee Marshal had helped. Such had helped. And Cutlery Lover has helped on multiple occasions. And somewhere between the first time he helped and the second time he helped, I was on a night of missing Justin, and I was sitting and going through his channel and watching videos, and I found the frickin' absolute rant that he did about Cutlery Lover and how he is a blankety blank. And I'm positive that Jeff had Cutlery Lover had actually seen or at least heard of that video, because yeah. And so when it came time to help stop veteran suicide, and Justin Fitch, Justin's final mission, Jeff just said, whatever you need. He didn't throw it into a video. He made a video for us. Even though, when he was alive, the two of them were at odds, or maybe just Justin was at odds, because I don't think Cutlery Lover ever put out a recant video about it, as far as I know. But the fact is that even though they had issues, that once Justin was gone, it was all erased, and because it was for veterans, so I've always had the utmost respect since then. I mean, at the time, he was just a bigger YouTube guy that really loved pointy, sharp things, and I can only imagine what his knife collection, what that entails. It's kind of like contemplating Tardisius' Zippo collection, because I know Tardisius could go for years of using one Zippo per day, throwing it away before his collection was depleted. But of course, they're still coming in. All this is all happening, so I'm pretty sure it'd just be like the perpetual motion machine. So yes, absolute. I could not have more respect for Cutlery Lover. And by the way, today is his birthday, so happy birthday to the Colonel. So yeah, Rich. Yeah, we could change out a few things that maybe you didn't have to provide. Now again, it's just me. Maybe the person that is looking at this right now, they're going, oh yeah, that right there, that is absolutely the way I would want it. I wouldn't change a thing. Meanwhile, Eric likes the Hogue, beaver tail Hogue grip. So maybe one of those in black would be nice. Just saying. Harmarsh, Eric, congratulations on the recognition from Warrior Battalion. Very well deserved. Thank you, Harold. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather have had Justin do the presentation. I mean, Miles, excellent job. And again, like I said, I was kind of taken aback by that, and Miles' little presentation thing kind of diffused the direction that I was going emotionally there. So thank you, Miles. Thank you, Harmarsh. Rich Huff, hey Miles, glad you are there. And Miles says, if I'm not on when it gets read, thank you, Rich, and thank you all of you guys for your support. Good times and the hard times. Well, what is that, like the 6th or 7th comment, and we're Poco, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Poco, I'm doing good. Tomorrow's my Friday, and then the kids are here for the weekend, and still waiting to find out what's happening with John Huber. He has, his plans went to shit right away because he really wants to bring up a couple of rifles compatible with Matt's, because Matt said that he has no complaints about the trigger in his Remington, which will easily swap to the John's trigger. Which I'd just like to point out that the person that sold Matt that rifle, if I would have known it was for sale, I would have bought it just for a platform for one of John's triggers. John has been wanting to hook me up with one of his Remington 700 triggers since the Mosin the Gaunt, and I only own one bolt gun, and that is the Mosin, and that has a Huber trigger in it. Granted, I think John also has a drop-in style Mosin trigger, and I told him no, I'm sorry, John, I don't want it. I realize it's going to be good, but is it going to be 3/4 of a pound good? Because even John says, his exact comment was, he goes, yeah, I'm just guessing that you don't want one of the new Mosin triggers. And I'm like, well, am I going to be able to get it to 3/4 of a pound? And he's like, results vary. Now, if I still had my my hex, yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna shoot these guns, I'm gonna shoot them on my terms. You know, again, you know, like something like old 312 here. If it wasn't for the fact that it has the Go Baby Go trigger in it, I would probably, just to make it more enjoyable, but aesthetically it would have looked correct, that would have been a good spot for the National Match trigger also. Then again, it would also be, from the sounds of it, and I'll wait and see, the Rise Armament 140s that Rich is sending for the AR-10, I could put something like that in a retro gun, and it would still look the part. I mean, I'm already kind of stepped over the line when the dust door opens up and you can see that nickel boron, but just remember this: if you happen to get the rare breed trigger, nickel boron bolt carriers are your friend. It takes the learning curve just about to nothing. Rich, by the way, we can consider the 2 knives you gave me payment for the AR-10 stuff. No, we're not. This show sucks, says Miles schooling Eric on a plaque presentation. Laugh out loud. He did get it right, though. You know. Okay. I guess I have a guess on who you are. Smile Money. Miles, Eric does not have production team for these brew reviews. I know it seems like it, but this is a one-man production operation. Yeah, I was like, Miles, how many times have you sat upstairs and finished your beer? That's probably the clue right there. Well, I edit a video. Who does my editing? I wish I had somebody. I'd like to just drink my beer and walk away. Nice scope. Vortex. Smile money. Damn, Miles almost got a C-section with your opening that package, laugh out loud. He did not. Smile money. Sitting outside in the cold on New Year's Eve is almost as tempting as standing for hours in a crowd of people to watch the crystal ball drop slowly and being drenched in confetti. No thanks. Well, I'm sort of with you. Last time we did this, you throw on some warm clothes and a jacket and go sit around a fire. It's kind of self-explanatory. It was a good time. Now, they're talking about, every time the weather gets more gloomy for Friday, but we're talking about double-digit negatives. Today, I don't know what it finally warmed up to, but this morning it was negative 7 or negative 14. Had a negative 14. Hey Google, what's the temperature right now? Hey Google, what's the temperature right now?
The temperature in Duluth right now is 6 degrees. Due to current wind conditions, it feels like it's -5.
Smoking. Hey Google, have you ever had an Alabama Hot Pocket?
I don't understand.
Your sister did.
I understood. Your sister did. Is that right?
Hey, tell me a joke.
What do clouds wear under their shorts? Thunderpants.
That was really funny. Speaking of Thunderpants. I hate this so much, I'm going to have another one.
Coochie coochie. Hello?
J-Dog, Monday, I was at work 5 hours past my shift and ended up shoveling the driveway to get out. Apparently the plow didn't come till after 4. As usual, we have not seen a plow in our alley, which I'm okay with, because whenever the bitch does come, they always blade it on our side of the alley. Miles says usually wait until after 4 before getting plowed too. I see what he did right there. Poco, what's wrong with you? My hookers aren't dead. We do provide storage, though. Poco, Miles is right. It also wreaks havoc on seals. Poco, smudge pots are awesome. I've had to attend to them. They put diesel in water in it. The diesel sits on the top of the water and burns. Who said they tend them? Do they tend a propane cannons too? You can get lots of trouble with those. Laugh out loud. Rich, with the read more button. My nice snow thrower was running rich and not very well. Turns out the rubber seat for the carburetor needle valve had deteriorated due to the ethanol in the gasoline. I tried to replace it myself unsuccessfully. Had to hire a mower place to fix it. Ran pretty well last year. We shall see what it does this year. By the way, they said you should start your mower or start your snow thrower at least once a month all year to keep it in proper running condition. I usually started, I mean, last year I know I had it running at least a bunch of times, but like I said, the last time I started it was flip it up, half choke because it was summer, which evidently it's the only time my snowblower works, and before I was even halfway on the cord, it was running. And now, for the first time ever, it's acting terrible. So Poco, Prepper era can't make fire in the basement. Good thing it's not the apocalypse. Smile Money said, and all the help from Tac Pack and Battle Box. Like I said, you can say lazy or duh. Because yeah, I don't understand what the this one was a good runner for quite a while. Maybe my igniter's wonky. I mean, what could go bad, really? It's just a sparky thingy. I see the spark. It doesn't look like it's where it's supposed to be happening, though. You know, where the flame is.
Hello?
Whatever. Oh yeah, like I said, there's shit everywhere. As a matter of fact, there's more stuff right here. Sometimes, Poco, you just have to know how to delegate the time in a different direction. You ain't got time for that shit. Clyde, whiskey and revolution for all. Yeah, I got a lot of liver damage coming up in the next few days, Clyde. I'm gonna have to take a rain check. Oh, and also, hey NIHAP, everything made it. NIHAP also added some vodka, which is good. Well, it's what do I have? The big bottle is completely full. That's 1.5 liters. That one. What one was that? I thought I had made a drink. If I did, this one's. We got a fair amount of. Oh yeah, this shit. This will still be here in 10 years. I thought it would be like a splash to get that pickle flavor, but it is stupidly picklish. Oh, we have to take a moment just to celebrate that body. Mike says cheers. Wow. Hey. Poco, did you get my Christmas card? Yeah, I believe so. See, Christine opens the cards and puts them on the thing, and every now and then she goes, "Oh, by the way, we got a card from." I'll double check, but Poco, but I'm pretty sure she said that that we had received one from you. I still gotta call and harass Hempseed Attic. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm supposed to feel good or just want to cry when I get stuff from her. Poco, Christ, I just realized first sub to the Ebomi channel with my first channel in 2006. Yeah, we've been friends for a while. Ever had a teacher in like the 6th grade that's what you saw when she bent over to help you with whatever problems you were having, and I was having lots of problems? Blue Healer, 2 thumbs up. Blue Healer, my friend, I hope the new year is good for you, better than this year. One of my favorite memes so far was, hey, everybody say hello to 2022, and it was a guy about to flick the testicles of a tiger. McLean, I must admit, I like the gold tooth, Miles. It's classy. McLean, I would like to make an announcement. I will now be joining the Ex-Hooker Club. Thank you. McLean, hands off the merchandise, Miles. Smile Money, congratulations on a great review and positive messaging. And Miles did exactly what a co-host should do. Stay on message and showed interest in the conversation. You know, unlike Matt. Wade, good and thick. That's what she said. Trouble was, she was talking about my ribeye. Tertisius, my favorite strawberry is Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill. I believe you have actually mentioned that before. Salty says I need to investigate some of that Boone's Farm with some snack cakes and nakedness. Tertisius says back, Boone's and cheesecake is a winner. It would be, yes. Boone's Farm is really not that bad. I mean, it's... Salty. Naked in the daytime, naked at night, naked at noon, naked in the month of June. Sam I am. Mr. 27 says 38th. Then he says intro babe is nice. Then he says Termy Bomy, nice. The Sperminator. What? Never said I was more than 2. Sharky, hi Miles. Let's see if you can keep the train on the tracks today. Then he says, yep, that's how an award is handed out. Great gesture by Warrior Battalion. Yes, they are tremendous, Sharky. Sharky, New Beer's Eve or New Brew Year's Eve? That indeed is the question, Miles. Sharky says H10. H10 is a miss. Well played, though. You just sealed the deal on 3 possibilities. No, 2 possibilities on that one. But you know this because you have your own board. Sharky, the new M&P in 10mm is nice too. Yeah, I know. If I had asked Santa, God, you know, Sharky, I don't know if I can honestly answer that. I'd probably do the Rock Island threaded barrel, double stack, full underlug first. and hear me out on this, I am sort of, I mean, now, we don't have a problem owning both of them. I am crossing my fingers that the Performance Center does the same treatment to the M&P 10 that they did to the 9mm core. They definitely took more of the slide off to lighten it. They did the lightning cuts in it. They ported the barrel. Blah, blah, blah. That's just such a frickin' fantastic shooting gun. I almost grabbed that instead of this, but this has been the new, go ahead, make my day, come through that door, bitch. Put your ass down with a 10mm. Then I'm going to smoke a cigarette and push you out the front door. Just kidding. So the only reason that I put the Rock Island threaded barrel double stack full underlug as inline before the M&P 10mm is there an opportunity for them to do a Performance Center version of the 10? Like I said, though, I have no problems owning both, the Performance Center and the one that's available now. But I definitely would go with the longer. They're offering it, and that's what she said, Wade. They're offering it in the 4 and the 4 3/4. I definitely want the longer one. Never mind. I'm just gonna leave that be. I also have Ed's, aka used to be Ed's. See, now when I asked about making this what I wanted, which is the same one that Jolson has, shiny with rosewood grips, everybody's like, "Oh, leave it as it was for Ed." Again, I guess that does fall under the same category. I could just get my own and have another 10mm. Oh my, terrible. But I will continuously point out that Ed bought this knowing that he was going to sell it to me. So it wasn't like Ed bought it and then something happened and then I ended up with it. No, the whole thing was Ed was planning on having a gun to shoot and enjoy for a year or so, and then his full intent is to put it down the road to me. And this was the one that showed up at his gun store. If the Elite would have showed up at his gun store, I would be holding that in my hand. So it wasn't like Ed went, I have to have that in the camo. And by the way, their camo job does not hold a hydro dip. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know if it's because it's not on a plastic gun and maybe the hydro dip is sticking better. But the hydro dip job that Jay at Elite Ammunition had done to the FN57, this gun, if the FN57 has had days and days and days of carry, this one has had seconds of carry in comparison. And it's already, But I don't have anything that's a safe king or queen. Everything I have gets carried at one point or another. It's the ones that get taken to work that you really know I'm serious about. And the FN57 had been a work carry gun for quite a while. But when I started popping the mag out of it, that's when I had to stop carrying it as much. Sharky, nice simple paracord fix there. Sharky with the last comment, SH, outro babe nice. I've got this salty lotion that might rub the ink stain off. And now we go to the club. Before we do, again, it's an IPA, not for all, not even for me most of the time. This is a very, now when I said it'd be nice if someone came out with something different, thank you, NIHAP. Hyper Beam is definitely different. If there was more of these, I would have yet another one, even though I shouldn't. I like this a lot. I'm gonna give this a 9. And if you see this, and you're sort of sick and tired of IPAs, give one of these a try. First in the club, Rich saying cheers, clubbers. Cheers, Rich. Next in the club, Miles saying cheers, clubbers. Cheers, Miles. And Smile Money, cheers. I think the hearts are not being displayed. That would also not surprise me, but I have hearted everything. And that was from him 7 minutes ago, hitting the refresh button and taking my lollygagging ass out of here. And disappointingly, I show something. Oh, I never brought it down. I believe I got the other bottle of Bloody Mary mix from Miles, and it's upstairs. But I'm just assuming it was in the same size box and it feels like a bottle inside. But otherwise, we'll discuss that probably tomorrow. So cheers, stay safe, stay warm, and revolution.